Hello. Today I will be interviewing Justin Sterna about being a manager at Marcus Theaters. So, Justin, how long have you been working here?
I've been here at the Renaissance for actually just a week. My total tenure here at Marcus has elapsed to be 11 years. I started at the North Shore Cinema in Mequon, and I started there in early '05. And then I transitioned into the Value Theater in September of 2014. And I was there for about a year and a couple months, and now I'm here today at the Renaissance.
Okay. How many positions have you worked at various theaters before becoming a manager?
At North Shore, I should say, I started in the concession stand. I did a lot of ushing as well on the side. After a couple of years, they moved me into the cashier box office position. And then back in the day, we had film. And, film was one of those things where, you'd actually be able to project, lace up projectors. And I did that for about, I would say, 5 years. So I worked my way up there and was the booth manager. And then now that we have digital, it's a whole different animal, obviously, with all the new technology and the sound and everything, the picture, it's just completely different. So, I've done that for, I would say, about 4 years now in the digital world. So over here, I'm now the manager, so I work my way up to the manager position. Before that, I was an assistant manager, kind of going back to North Shore. I was there for about 8 years as an assistant. So, and then my recent position before this was at the Value, and I was the general manager there for about a year and 2 months.
Okay. That actually answers my next question. So I'll just move on to what are some of the benefits of being a manager?
Benefits, I'm very motivated. I like to work with the staff. So, I like to work with everybody. So benefits, you get to work with other employees, friends, coworkers, all goes hand in hand. In terms of, movies, we get to come and see movies, obviously, which is nice. So you can see a movie, pretty much anytime you want. So that's awesome. And that goes with the staff as well, kind of the same privileges. So that's one of the benefits that we have here, I would say, at the theater. Sometimes we get to take posters, but they're the rights of the studio, so it just depends on that.
Yeah.
So just a couple benefits right there. Popcorn and soda, obviously. You can't get old with the popcorn and soda,
No.
whether it be on shift, So, yeah. So those are some of the benefits that we have here at Marcus.
Okay. So for those of you who don't typically go to a Marcus Theater, what would you say is the busiest day?
Busiest day of the year or just in general day of the week?
Just in general, day of the week.
Okay, I would say Tuesdays. We have our $5 discount program, and it's $5 at the first run theaters. It includes a free popcorn. That's if you're a Magical Movie Rewards member. And we've done that now for a couple of years, so it's been a big hit for our discount day. So I would say that's our busiest day of the week. It even trumps the weekend attendance.
Oh, wow. And how would you, as a manager, keep a long, busy line of customers satisfied and controlled?
As a manager, you have to delegate. You got to delegate. You got to make sure your time management, is on time. You got to make sure there's a lot of facets that go into it. But by delegating or organizing, prioritizing, all that goes into it. So when I look at things, say you have a long line at the concession stand, you got to make sure, do we have enough registers open? If not, let's space it out a little bit. Get these customers through the lines. At the box office, do we have enough registers open up there? People trying to get refreshments. They might want to go into the movie right away, but we need to make sure that they are heading in the right direction. So our ticket ripper will let them know, hey, you're going to go this way, the left side, the right side. We also have seaters sometimes, for the busier movies like tonight, for example. We have Mockingjay Part 2 opening, and we're going to make sure that we have enough staff, on hand for that to seat everybody. So that's kind of the process with that. And, with your time management, you have to take advantage of it. We have, a lot of downtime here at the theater. We know when we're going to be busy, we know when we're going to be slow. Sometimes it's hard to kind of predict our numbers, but we have kind of a good system in place with that. So, we try to take advantage of downtime and making sure we're restocking, making sure we're cleaning up, because cleanliness at the theater, and any business for that matter, is crucial.
Yeah, definitely. So I have one last question for you. In the years that you've been working at the theater, and various theaters, I should say, what's been your favorite memory of working in all these different theaters?
Favorite memory? I would say being part of the big blockbusters that have come out. And it's not just one memory, I would say it's multiple memories. There's a lot of memories I've made, obviously. But just by seeing some of these blockbusters open up, and these, we used to do a lot of midnight shows, obviously. Now the studios kind of get us, acclimated to the new system of releasing a little earlier than normal. So, it's kind of nice to be a part of that. And, I guess if I had to choose one memory that would be the last Star Wars film, actually, when I first started at the theater, which was, Episode 3.
Yeah.
And, that was a memorable night, not only for the customers, but for me, because you got to be a part of that. You were, a part of the whole process. Like, you made or broke that experience with them. You just kind of, have that a good feel about it, and people were lining up outside, all excited to get in, and, we'd sell refreshments outside. So that was just a very memorable time. I would say Star Wars Episode 3, if I had to choose a single memory. But all these blockbusters that we've had, not only Dark Knight, but Hunger Games, Twilight, those are just to name a few. So.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for answering all my questions.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for taking the time out.
Yep.